Hi Bainbridge Island, I'm Blair King, City Manager. This is your update for the week ending March the 18th. Utility crews have started flushing city water mains. This work is done each year to improve water quality. Flushing removes naturally occurring sediments from the lines. Before the work starts, signs are posted in the neighborhoods to alert people who live nearby. If you experience low water pressure or discolored water during the work, avoid running water or doing laundry for 1 hour. After an hour has passed, you should run cold water for about 5 minutes until it's clear. We expect the annual flushing process to be completed in 2 months. The City Council next week will consider approval of the Sustainable Transportation Plan. The work will guide our transportation priorities for the next 10 years. Staff presented the Council with 3 options that consider projects and programs, funding sources, and implementation. Several council members shared an interest in supporting the Connecting Centers scenario. It would support investments for all ages and abilities, a network that connects neighborhood service centers, Linwood Center, Rolling Bay, Winslow, and Island Center. Join us for the meeting next week to share your thoughts on the plans. The Council will hold a public hearing next week, March the 22nd, on the Grow Communities proposal to alter its approved subdivision. The applicant is proposing to change the previously approved multifamily use for this development. This final phase fronts the north side of Shepherd Way east of Grow Avenue. The Grow Community final subdivision is currently approved for 22 residential units. This consists of 18 multifamily units and 4 single-family units. Instead, the applicant is proposing to build 14 single-family units. The Grow Community subdivision and site plan review at issue was approved in 2014. Under the city's municipal code, the City Council considers and decides whether a request for an alteration to a subdivision is approved. As part of this weekly video, we'd like to share stories about our staff. Often you see these people cleaning our streets, responding to calls, or inspecting buildings, but it's likely you don't know much about them. Through these videos, we hope you'll learn more about their service to Bainbridge Island and who they are. This week, we spotlight Construction Inspector Aaron Quitzland.
My name is Aaron Quitzland. I'm a construction inspector for the City of Bainbridge Island. Been with the city for about 6 years. I inspect all stormwater, utility, which is water, sewer, roads, sidewalks, that sort of thing, for all private development that happens on the island. I do some plan review for the water and sewer connections for city infrastructure, as well as transportation impact fee analysis for applicable permits. So that's the trench that we're going to be looking at. They've requested the drainage inspection and the dispersion trench, so we'll go look at those. I look at it at all the different phases of construction to make sure that things are built and installed according to the plans and engineering standards and that meet all the codes. We're 57 feet, 56 was required, so we meet specs. They need to make sure that this grading will allow for water to flow that way towards the vegetation and not back this way. But they can achieve that with final grading. Otherwise, everything looks good. The number one question I get throughout almost every day of the week when I introduce myself as Aaron Quitzland is, which Quitzland am I related to? The answer is all of them. It's one big family. The Quitzland family has quite a deep history on Bainbridge Island. It started in 1894 when the original distant relatives came from Sweden and laid their 40-acre claim for their homestead. Johan and Sigrid were the first Quitzlands. The original farmhouse and part of the property is still lived in by family. Community service and working for the public has just been a part of the family's history. In talking with other family members, I found that Sigrid actually was on an initial school board back in her time. My grandfather being on the Home Rule Committee and very active in affordable housing and other social issues. My dad has been in the fire service his entire career. My mom's worked for schools. My brother is a lieutenant in the fire department. It just has been part of my entire life. That's just what I know, and I feel honored to be able to carry that on and to work for a public entity and work for the community.
You might be wondering if Aaron Quitslin is related to Councilmember John Quitslin. Yes, they're from the same family, but they're distant cousins. In 2015, the Quitslin family was recognized as a Kitsap Heritage family for their significant contributions to the community and history in Kitsap County that extends 100 years. This year marks the 80th anniversary of Japanese Americans being forced to leave their homes for incarceration camps during World War II. To recognize this milestone, the Japanese American community is hosting an event March 30th at the Conclusion Memorial Site. The event, 80 Years of Healing, will include remarks from survivors, Councilmember Clarence Moriwaki, and Governor Jay Inslee. Last month, the Parks Foundation and Japanese American community partnered to host a volunteer work party to clean up the site in advance of the March 30th event. Parking at the site is limited and will be reserved. A round-trip park and ride service will be offered at Bethany Lutheran Church on Finch Road. The event begins at 11 and will be live-streamed at the Exclusion Memorial Facebook page. For more information on these topics and all the city's news, please check out the City Manager's Report online at bainbridgewa.gov.